This is the I Can Do Anything podcast. My name is Colin. I'm joined in the Shady Side Studios by Adison Daub today because both of us can do anything. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? How we doing? How was your Christmas?
Good. It was really good. I didn't really do very much at all. It was great. It was my first vacation my first vacation at all, but Christmas as well, where I just stayed home and didn't do anything. Most of the time I was either going to some sort of destination vacation with my family on any given vacation. But Christmas in general, I've never just been at my own house and not gone anywhere or gone to my parents' house. It was really cool to just do nothing and play video games and just
there's no better
relax.
feeling.
It was great
to not have to set any sort of alarm and know the next day you have nothing, no jobs or anything that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So you can just hang out, watch TV,
awesome.
and just relax.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Nothing really.
Yeah.
I think.
Watched basketball.
Yeah, I watched some hoops. Christmas Day was not the greatest.
No.
Hoops. The games weren't very good.
They weren't.
Well, because all the games that when they set the schedule looked good. The Warriors were on there. The Pelicans probably would have been fun to watch.
The Warriors game actually was good.
Yeah,
but I didn't even watch it because I was it was the Warriors on Christmas and they're not what they used to be.
Yeah.
Who did they play? I don't remember.
Who, the Warriors? They played the Rockets.
That's right, and they beat the Rockets.
Yeah. The game was
I thought was funny.
Yeah, it's fun.
But
and then the Lakers Clippers game,
it was a good game. That was a really good game.
It was a good game. Second half was kind of ugly. It was just kind of sloppy, not great play either though.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard really impressed me.
Oh, dude, he's so good.
I mean, and I didn't even realize I was impressed until after the game.
Yeah.
When I was he had 35. And it was just and then I thought back to it. It's it was all just 7-foot jump shots over people.
I'm pretty sure Luka rips his jersey after missing this free throw.
Is it this free throw?
I'm pretty sure.
We're watching the replay of the Lakers and Mavs game from Friday night. This was one of the things that I saw on the ESPN homepage when I was doing my radio stuff in the morning on Saturday.
Just kidding. No,
he made it. Is he going to miss the second, though?
Well, you missed one, so he must be shooting three. I don't know. I just remember.
Oh, I didn't see the play. Did he get fouled on a three?
Yeah, it must have been. Because I remember I was at a buddy's house watching this game, and I turned away. Maybe it is after this. Nope. But I just remember watching the game. He did have his jersey ripped, and then I disappear for 10 seconds. I come back, and his jersey's ripped. And I was like, what happened? And I thought it was around this time.
Dude, JaVale McGee has had such a great year.
And Dwight Howard.
It's
impressive.
It is amazing. It really is. But going back to Christmas, it was just a really methodical. It was just simple. It was not he did hit some really difficult lean away 6-footers.
Yeah.
But it was all in the 6 to 12 foot range. He hit some threes.
He's really good off the dribble.
Yeah.
Off the dribble, it's really kind of an unorthodox flow when he dribbles into shots, I guess, especially
you can't really time it as a defender.
With James Harden, what's coming. It's there's a rhythm.
You have he's all those fucking dribbles. He's creating a rhythm. He's trying to.
Kawhi, I don't think does that as much.
No, it's not the same. It's not like Steve Nash at all, but it reminds me of the way that Steve Nash kind of. There were people doing it before him. Jason Kidd did it a little bit before him, but Steve Nash in those MVP seasons patented that going off the wrong foot layup that just got the defender off balance a little bit and you couldn't predict when he was putting the shot up. Kawhi does that, but from 17 to 24 feet.
24, yeah.
So, he was really impressive. But the other games, I watched most of the Bucks and Celtics, or Bucks and Sixers.
Was that the first game of the day?
Yes.
So I watched that one.
No, it was the second game.
Was it the second? What was the first one?
It was Bucks Sixers was the second. Celtics and somebody.
Who the Celtics?
Celtics Raptors was the first game.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't watch that, but
never.
yeah, I
watched
don't know.
part of it.
Boston looks. I mean, they both are playing really well. I watched the Raptors beat somebody else on Friday night, and that was a really good. Was it Friday or Thursday? I don't know. It was a good matchup between two teams that I really wish I remembered who it was, because it was a team that it might have been Boston again. Actually, I don't know. So both of them have been playing very well, like so much better than expected.
The Raptors have a bunch of injuries too. I'm pretty sure Siakam's out. Ooh.
The Lakers played the Pistons, who they had a bunch of injuries.
Ripped. We missed it. The jersey's ripped. So that's exactly what happened to me Friday night. We watched the game. We look away for 10 seconds, and then I was jersey's ripped.
And we're watching on. You have a Roku. Do you experience the same problem if you're watching? Well, you said you don't watch replays as often as probably as I do, but whenever I'm watching the replay on Roku, it's happened so many times that I just don't touch the fast forward and rewind buttons, because if I do, it'll like send me randomly back to the beginning of the game. Nice. Or like if I'm watching, if there's like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter and I try to skip through a free throw or like a long fucking replay or something like that, where they're going to look at the replay, it has sent me back to halftime. I'm like, what the fuck? And then if I try to fast forward back to it, it just won't let me. That's just weird. Sends me back to halftime.
I've never had to do anything with. I don't really watch replays like you said, but.
See, well, I'll try to rewind here a little bit, and they don't have like the skip back 10-second button either, which is annoying. Oh, it worked. Nice. Oh wait, huh? How much time was left in the quarter before I just did that?
It was like 2 minutes left. Probably.
So it just sent me back a lot further than what. Regardless, let's see. His jersey is not ripped. Let's try to catch it this time.
All right, we got probably 15 minutes. We'll see if we can get to it. We should have looked at the clock. Exactly.
Yeah, I thought I did, but I just don't remember it at all. I didn't look, and that was a short amount of time that I forgot what was on it. What games recently I'm trying to think of what recently stood out to me. I was just about to talk about it. The Pistons and the Lakers from earlier this season. The Pistons were not healthy at all. Blake
Griffin's out for the year.
Well, yeah, it was after that game that I got a report that said that he was considering having, it might have been during the game actually, that he was considering having season-ending surgery.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I don't know what his contract looks like, but they're not. I mean, they're in the playoff hunt, but they're not gonna.
No, it'll be like last year.
Yeah, they'll lose in the
AC
first round.
Got swept.
Yeah,
by the Bucks.
But what's his name? Their point guard didn't play either.
Reggie Jackson.
Yeah,
they're also shopping and possibly looking to trade Drummond.
Yeah, for Kuzma. That has been.
Oh God, why? Why would Kuzma for Drummond?
That was one of the packages.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw. He was getting shipped to possibly the Knicks or something. The Knicks were looking.
Yeah,
to get him.
I saw a Bleacher Report article that had all the possible options and trade, like who the trades would, who would be traded for him, and they all sucked for the most part.
Yeah,
they're like to me. I think he's more value than anybody. He's more valuable than anybody that they've. The one that I saw was Bogdan Bogdanović.
Yeah.
And I don't even. I think I would prefer Kuzma still. I just don't know enough.
Is that the dude with the Kings?
Yeah.
You're talking about that one?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's. I mean, without LeBron and Anthony Davis, neither of us watched the game. Was it last night? Yeah, last night against the Thunder, where they played without LeBron and Anthony Davis. You know what? Since you've seen this one and I know the final score of this one, we'll put on that game. $125 to $110.
They were up by 30 at some point in the game. I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the Kyle Kuzma trade stuff since we're already on it, I guess. We were talking earlier in the week about whether or not to trade Kuzma, and you seem to favor it a little bit, getting rid of him, or just not really minding whether or not they did.
I don't know. He can be good. Like, he's just a streaky scorer. So if they could get more shooting, a reliable shooter or something, or depending on the package, like I wouldn't mind it. I don't care if he's there or if he's not there.
Yeah, he's not going to be like a defining piece to all this. Bogdanovich could be a better role player than Kuzma, but I just don't know enough about him. I haven't watched enough Sacramento games, and Sacramento hasn't really, there's been no pressure for him to perform well, or, he's playing big minutes. Is he going to be able to be more efficient in less minutes? Because he's not going to play as much as he's playing in Sacramento right now. He's not going to have the same flow, stuff like, like when you're talking about trading somebody like Kuzma, who could be a sixth piece and could be a third piece. He's got the ability to be maybe a second piece on a shit team.
Yeah.
Like if he were to go to Sacramento, he might be the number one guy. Well, Harrison Barnes is still number one.
De'Aaron Fox is number one, probably.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The Kings could be good. They got a lot of young talent, but
they're not going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be good. Like they may be able to win some games, but they're not going to. They're too young to win in the playoffs.
In like 2 years from now, maybe they'll battle for the 8th seed.
And they're not going to get a free agent that's going to put them over the edge. The NBA is somewhat. I mean, it's fascinating in a lot of ways to me, but there's a lot of teams that just aren't going to be contenders.
No. The market,
the market, it just doesn't. It's just not going to happen
unless they draft a guy.
Ownership, all that stuff.
The only way they do it is if they draft it.
But even think about New Orleans has drafted some. I mean, Anthony Davis is one of the best players of our generation.
That's true.
Zion Williamson's the next one, potentially. I mean, that's what everybody thinks. Now, there's a lot of. I think maybe they've quieted down a bit because he's been practicing and videos have been surfacing of him dunking and like pregame warm-ups where he's not playing in the game, but a lot of these guys will like do a workout out on the court, 2.5 hours before the game or something like that. But there's a rising concern that Zion might be a bust and that he might not live up to this number one thing. But so New Orleans might swing and miss again on it. Like there's sometimes even if you get a great draft, pick, it still doesn't, like they weren't able to build around Anthony Davis, and they had some good fucking teams. Those Drew Holiday and Rajon Rondo and DeMarcus Cousins. That team
team was actually really good. They were like the 2 seed in the West till DeMarcus got hurt. So that's
true.
That's what I'm saying. Is
and
the
then
only
they
way,
played well in the playoffs without him. And Rondo and Anthony Davis were incredible together.
That's the thing. That's the only way. Like in the NBA, you have to. If you're one of those small market teams that has no history, no one wants to play for you. The only way you get good is basically the draft, and you got to get lucky. That's
how Golden State got good.
Yeah, draft and then just basically.
But Golden State's a great market.
Yeah, well, it is now.
Outside of, I mean, if you don't look at the basketball at all, it's a great market. Like Silicon Valley, there's tons of business venture opportunities for these guys. The weather's fucking great. It's a great place.
Yeah.
Milwaukee is really fucking cool. And I like Milwaukee.
People like us, but like NBA superstars.
Yeah.
But LA or
LA
New
or
York.
Milwaukee.
And that's the thing is like New York's not, well, part of the reason is probably the owner. No one wants to play for him. But the Knicks there is no pull to play in New York.
No, think about the guys that are going into the NBA now. Like they are 6, 7 years older or younger than we are. And you and I grew up in the Midwest and had no tie to New York at all. But I would wager to say that even in New York, people are more like young people are more likely to grow up liking Brooklyn at this point. Like the Knicks haven't been good in so long. That none of us care. It's like, we don't know the Knicks. We just know the Knicks suck. That's it.
I kind of think it's just funny.
My whole NBA watching career, the Knicks have been terrible, and I've been watching the NBA for a good 10 and a half, like.
Was 2000,
more than 10 years.
2012,
15.
2013, the year with Melo where they got to the second round of the playoffs. I think that's the best they've been in the millennium since 2000 probably.
Yeah.
20 years they've gotten to the second round of playoffs once.
And
the thing is, they
2013?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it was.
And who knows before that? I don't know even. I'm trying to think of when I started watching the NBA. I mean, I didn't start watching it religiously the way that we watch it now with League Pass. I mean, that transformed everything.
That was like 2 years ago.
I was thinking about this the other day while I was watching a game. Like, I didn't realize how few NBA games I watched before in high school and college when I didn't have League Pass.
Yeah.
Nick, now I watch that's like all I do is watch basketball for the most part in my free time.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's definitely an overstatement. That's not all I do in my free time. I do a lot of other shit.
But it's a majority of what you do in your free time.
Yeah.
Like every night, like if you just get home and you're going to go to bed, you're probably going to put a game on.
Yep.
You're going to relax, just watch a little
That's what I do most of the time I get home before 7 and games usually don't start until 7. But yeah, I just put the TV on with basketball on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never really realized how little basketball I watched, but I was trying to think of when I like first really started giving a fuck about watching the NBA, because it used to be a lot more like I used to like college way more.
Mine was probably about 2011 when I really started like watching the NBA. It was the finals with the Cavs, or no, the finals of the Heat, the first year of the Heat. After that year, for
me, it was before that then, because I was like pretty.
I mean, I guess I'd say I watched games before that, but not as into. I didn't really become a huge LeBron fan until he almost went to the Heat.
I feel like I was. I don't remember. I feel like I was pretty into, because I was into the decision. I was like locked in for that thing.
See, I remember where I watched that at. My buddy, who's a huge Cavs fan. And we all got together at his house. There's like 10 of us, and we were supposed to go to like this indoor soccer arena afterwards and play some just soccer.
Yeah.
And
that would have been
it was 2010.
Well, okay. It would have been 2009 though, because the first season, the 09 to 010 season, they didn't win, and then they won the 10-11 season.
No, it was 10-11.
That they lost, and then they won 11-12?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, and then 12-13. Then lost 14-15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, you were at the what?
Oh, so we're at my buddy's house, and he's a huge Cavs fan. And like we're all gathered around to watch it, and it happens. And my buddy just disappears, gets in his car, and we're all like, fuck, where's he going? We're worried about him. And so we went to go play soccer at the place, because he was supposed to go there too, and we're there for about an hour. No one's heard from him, and finally he just shows up and he's just crying. It was sad.
Yeah, man.
I know. Like, I felt sad, but I wasn't like that emotionally attached to Cleveland. I'm just, wherever LeBron was going, I was going to root for.
Yeah,
he could have went to anywhere.
Me too. Yeah, I was
going to root for him.
It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck about Cleveland. But you guys are wait, you're not even from Ohio.
Nope.
That makes a lot of sense, like for anybody in Ohio as a high school kid.
Oh yeah. But if I was a huge Cavs fan, I would have cried. That was basically our Jesus.
Yeah, well now now he is, because he won a championship. This Thunder team, that's who I was thinking of, that has been playing really well other than the Raptors. They beat you want to talk about the Rockets and Thunder? Westbrook's comeback. I didn't even watch it.
I watched the second half of it. It was a blowout pretty much at halftime.
What do you think about these tribute videos?
I get it. Like, I think it's cool. I watch them. I think some of them are good. I think it's funny how
they're all really well done.
Yeah. I really like and a lot of it has to do with like the flashback, and I remember where I was at watching like that play and stuff like that.
I think they're corny.
They are. The whole thing, the whole moment's kind of corny.
What did Russ do for that franchise?
I mean, that's one of those things that's OKC. Like, no one wants to play there, and you get a superstar. Like, he's a superstar, and he stuck it out.
they went to NBA finals and shit,
Yeah,
which is
but
definitely an accomplishment. They won Eastern Conference championships
I just
or
think
Western Conference
it
championships.
just has to do with the fact that KD left and he stayed.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the only reason.
Did you?
And he's Mr. Thunder. Like, he's the leader in every single, like, statistical category. And he won an MVP there. So, like, they're just emotionally attached. Always going to be emotionally attached.
The Kawhi one to the Raptors, that one completely justified to me because he came there for one season and won a championship.
And then left. And
that
you can't
makes
be mad at him
complete sense to me.
Yeah.
The Chris Paul one that they did when he went back to the Rockets, it's like, what the fuck did he do for your franchise?
That one,
Why are you thanking him? It's just pandering.
Yeah, I get that. That one.
The Russ one makes a little less sense than Kawhi, but it's still, I give that one a pass. That's still like pretty justifiable.
Yeah.
But there's been some others. When Kemba went back this season to Charlotte,
I think that one's justified. That's
I don't know. What the fuck did he do?
He's just the leader. Like,
he didn't do anything.
I know, but it's like the Russ one. Like,
I get it.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And I think
he was there for what, 8 years?
Whatever it was, yeah. And
they drafted him, and he was there for, I don't know, 5 to 8 to 10 years, maybe.
But also, I think on the franchises side and the organization side, they kind of do that. Also, to be like, look at us. If you come here, we will honor your legacy too. So it's a publicity stunt.
It's
also.
PR.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's
but if I see a tribute video and it's on Twitter, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Because I just want to see.
I have never seen them online. I've only ever seen them if I was watching the game.
Oh, okay.
I saw sections of Russell. I cannot say his name ever since that fucking
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and ever since I watched that, I can't say his name right unless I like really try to. I want to see when Kemba Walker was drafted.
2012.
Did you just look it up too?
No, but I just remember because maybe it was 2011. Because wasn't that? Yeah, it was 2011. Because that was the year Cardiac Kemba.
Yeah.
So that was 2011 National Championship. So he would have been 2012. Anthony Davis got drafted first overall, and he wasn't in with Anthony Davis' class. I'm trying to look.
When was Kemba Walker drafted?
2011.
No, I know, but like what?
Probably top
pick.
10.
Was he a lottery pick?
Yeah, because the Hornets weren't any good. Did he play with the Hornets? The Hornets then, or were they the Bobcats? Do you think he ever played with the Bobcats?
He might have. I don't know.
I'm trying to think if he did or not. The Charlotte Bobcats. What a name.
Are they not the Bobcats anymore? What are they?
The Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no Bobcats anymore.
He used to be the New Orleans Hornets, too. And then they switched to the Pelicans. And then when they switched.
I was actually writing yesterday at the radio. I was doing the sports recap for the NBA. And I was looking at all the NBA scores and saw Hornets and typed in. I think I almost typed in New Orleans, but that whole like New Orleans, Charlotte, and because of the hurricane when they went to
the OKC.
OKC. Yeah. It was all like in that same time frame. Those three cities always fuck me up.
Did you see the thing about Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about.
Yeah, I got the tweets up right here.
Okay.
So basically, Kendrick was saying stuff because it was the night Russ went back to OKC.
I watched the Jumps recap of this.
So did you see the actual tweets though?
Yeah. Rachel Nichols like went through all of them.
And our starting center averaged a whopping 2 and 3 during the series.
Yeah.
He played hard though, champ.
Yeah, and Kendrick handled it well, but then he came back with another like.
Yeah, up on a 3-1 team, joined in the Western Conference, joined them the fall season, like heart of a champion. I think it's just funny because like KD's out and he's like, I got the time.
That's what Rachel Nichols said.
It's just like he just answers people. Like I'll go to his Twitter sometime and look at like his replies to people because he replies.
He just talks to people.
Yeah,
that's what Twitter was made on, dude.
It's awesome because this guy that's a big time celebrity.
You can talk to him.
He might talk to you.
Yeah,
most of them don't. But
Wale does that shit too.
Yeah,
he's from DC. It's the same. They're all the sensitive DC guys.
Yeah.
Wale does the same thing, and that's what Twitter. When I got Twitter in 2009, that's like what I did. I would just
I replied to
see something and say something about it to somebody.
Yeah.
And I would just try to start conversations with people and like start little like sports arguments and stuff. Like I just try to, and like fun, playful arguments like these would have now. I think I was telling you about S'mores arguing with people on Facebook about James Harden James Harden being the best scorer in NBA history. But yeah, that's what Twitter was. I don't see why that's. I mean, I get it because I don't know. Is that considered the Twitter, Twitter fingers and all, like being a bitch and not saying it to somebody? But
kind of, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, it depends. I get it.
If you're arguing with somebody, it depends on the situation. Like if you're just talking sports and debating stuff, that's not a problem.
Yeah, the problem I think that he runs into is that it's usually about himself. If he was just talking about, he's trying to defend his legacy.
Yeah.
And defend himself all the time. If he was just having general sports arguments with people. But you got to think
also, KD, when it's a person that says something bad about KD online and he responds, like we bash KD for it, but this person that first said something that KD responded to, if saw KD in person, would never say that.
No.
So, the platform that way too, the way Twitter's set up is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like if I was famous and you said something about me and I responded, I would be the one getting crucified. While you're the one that's being the negative bully here.
There's a rap lyric about, I think it was Jay-Z. If I kill you, I'm an idiot. I'm using the wrong words. If I kill you, I'm an idiot. If you kill me, you're in the history books or something like that. There's really it's a lose-lose for a celebrity in a lot of ways to respond on Twitter now. But that's like that's what they used to use it for. That's what's cool about social media is there's not as much distance between civilians like us and uber rich celebrities that are in movies and on TV and all of that. That's what the allure of Will Smith used to be. He was this movie star and he was untouchable and you didn't know where he was or what he was doing. You didn't know where he lived, none of this stuff. And now he's on social media like crazy. It's the total opposite. It's like bombard you with information and content and my life. It's like completely swung around. Celebrity used to be like distance, and now
I think
it's
the
not
social
at all.
media and getting themselves out there a little more too makes them more money. So I think
for sure, especially with these athletes.
Yeah.
They've all got their brand. They've all got their logo,
Yeah.
Like,
that's the thing with that
merchandise
California
and stuff.
That law that the NCAA passed where college athletes can now make money off their title or their name and stuff outside. Like, so basically Instagram, Twitter, those kids can now get paid.
Well, they can go to local businesses that are on campus or in the city that their campus is in, and they can make money selling cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or whatever
they
is.
They could be in a commercial or something, I mean, it's not money coming straight from the NCAA or from the school, so.
Yeah, but.
They still are paying them, but.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. They may have issues every once in a while with a meal. Like you may not, like, I don't know. Those guys are doing D1 athletes, major D1 athletes, like, complaining about not having any money and not having like missing meals and stuff. Like we were Division III athletes, and
big time.
They fed you if the cafeteria was closed or if there was no they fed you.
Yeah, we never had a problem.
Yeah, we went out for every meal.
Yeah.
Do we
pizza like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like over Christmas break, we go
to Timbers.
Yeah, we'd go to breakfast, like a nice big breakfast.
Yeah, Timbers, and then like.
Or if there wasn't a big breakfast, you'd get like a bunch of fruit and granola bars and stuff like that, in the locker room before practice. And then we'd go out after, like if it was a 10 o'clock practice over Christmas break in the morning, there'd be all that stuff in the locker room before.
Yep.
And then we'd go out for a big lunch, and then they'd send us somewhere for dinner, even if it was fast food or whatever.
Yep. Or order. Yeah.
You guys want to go a little crazy and have some Wendy's?
Yeah. Wendy's like that kind of stuff. You guys get enough food there.
So yeah, and these guys get like D1 athletes I don't remember who told me this. I feel like it was Jake that told me this. D1 athletes, when they're on campus, have to be wearing something of like a logo of the school on your person.
Really?
So that they just give these guys a bunch of free gear.
Oh yeah, they're the gear that gets crazy.
Babe. What? When you were on campus at Wright State, did you have to be wearing Wright State like something with the Wright State logo on it?
Yeah, and like the athletic director there was strict. Like if he saw any other school on you, he would freak out.
Oh wow. Yeah. So did you just get a shit ton of stuff?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you could hear that in the microphones, but yes.
She said, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah. That's interesting to me. They just backpacks, hats, gloves with the logo on them.
Any shirt you want.
T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, zip up jackets.
A lot of
Like,
those,
they don't have to worry
of
about clothes at all.
Shoes, they get like walking shoes,
Yeah.
traveling shoes, then multiple
Workout
game
shoes, game shoes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Those people. Fuck. I wish I could have been a D1 athlete.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
We just weren't blessed. We weren't blessed with the height.
As most people are. That's usually the difference. I strongly feel that if I was 6'6", I'd be in the NBA. But
Yeah.
I'm not 6'6". There's a lot of people that aren't 6'6".
Yeah, most people aren't. 6'6".
You know, like I feel like I'm skilled
How many-
enough
how
that
many
if I
six-
was 6'6",
How many 6'6" people do you see a day?
none.
Maybe one. Maybe. Well, if you're
Point
lucky.
an average over a year. Yeah,
A couple.
0.0067.
Repeating.
Yeah, it's usually
Yeah.
the physical. The difference between Division 1 and Division 3 in a lot of ways is
All
just
physical.
size.
Yeah,
it's
just-
all physical.
Yeah.
Size in mass and in height, and strength, which comes with
Yeah.
size. Do you know? I haven't looked at the standings in a long time. Let's look at the standings in the All National Basketball Association. So Milwaukee's still in first. Miami is in second in the East. Boston is in third. I slept on Boston at the beginning of this season, like quite a bit. I pretty much counted. I pretty much. I remember saying it on this podcast that I didn't even consider them a contender anymore, and they're for sure a contender in the East.
And I don't know if I don't think they can win the East.
So you just think it's Milwaukee? That's it.
I think the Sixers still.
The Sixers are currently in fifth.
Yeah, but I think the Sixers have just so much talent in the length that they can win the East.
They are 9.5 games back from first. A game back from fourth. 2.5 from third.
If they figured it out,
So
they'd
as
be
it's
all right.
currently seated, they would play Toronto in the first round, and I could see them losing that fucking series.
I could also see them just winning easily. I don't know.
Yeah,
They're just one of those teams
you're
that's
right.
really weird.
It
Like
is.
when they play hard and Joel Embiid doesn't shoot jumpers and just plays in the
Even
post.
sometimes if he is shooting jumpers, like
But when they played the Bucks, was that on Christmas Day when they're just beating them? They beat them
no,
up?
it
Or
was
what
on. I talked about this as well. It was on. It was after earlier in the week when the TNT guys criticized Embiid heavily after the Nuggets game. It was on a Monday or a Tuesday, and then that following Thursday, they were Bucks and Sixers was on TNT, and
Yeah.
Embiid played really well, and they praised him after the game.
Yeah, because there's one game where they just killed.
Yeah, he
The
played.
Bucks,
They
yeah.
played so great. But
And
then
then
there was a game a couple nights ago where Ben Simmons was. I mean, Ben Simmons is so fucking streaky.
Oh yeah.
He's so bad sometimes.
Oh yeah. Like he can create, but his scoring, unless he's getting to the
Every
rim, it's
basket he
so-
makes is really weird to me. It's just like
it's funky.
it just looks weird.
There's
And
like-
I don't know if it's because he's left-handed or it's the combination of him being left-handed, and he just plays.
he's not smooth. He's just
It's really not that smooth.
herky-jerky, yeah,
Some of
I
it
don't
can
know.
look smooth, but it looks like he's falling almost the whole time, or it looks like he's like about to fall. Like
Yeah.
one misstep, and he's going to the ground. I don't know. Oh wow.
good ball fake. Also, the Sixers, every time they play the Celtics, they win by 20.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been
Really good.
great. I mean, he's been a big reason why the Thunder are playing this well. I mean, Chris Paul too. Obviously,
Chris Paul's bought into like helping him learn though too.
Yeah, that's what's really
awesome.
cool. What were we just talking about?
I said something about the Sixers and Bucks.
Oh,
I was saying, and then it was
76ers, yeah.
and then it turned into this. With the Sixers play the Celtics, always for some reason, just the Celtics can't beat the Sixers. So that's why I think the Sixers could still win the East. Because they can't. They played the other night, the Celtics and Sixers, and the Sixers won by like 20 plus.
I wonder what the season record between them two is over the course of the season.
I thought Jaylen Brown had like 2 points and Jason Tatum had like 4 points.
That's it. Yeah,
They were combined
you're right, because
4 of like 17.
they're not consistent enough, those two,
Yeah.
to like be like Tatum and Brown. They're just. I don't see Jalen. They gave Jaylen Brown a lot of money in the offseason.
Oh, a lot of money.
And he is not a
Max player.
no.
He's
not
like
even
that
close.
Harrison Barnes. How Harrison Barnes got all that money.
Yeah,
He's a Harrison Barnes.
he could go somewhere.
but he could be better than Harrison Barnes. But I don't think he will be.
I don't think he'll be better than Harrison. Harrison Barnes played great for the Warriors, except for the last two or three games, or
When
just
they
the finals, basically.
We thank him for that.
He was great. Yeah, yeah, he was really great.
He just disappeared
for them, and then he took the money to go play in the middle of. I mean, Sacramento's probably really cool.
He went to the
place,
Mavs first. He
oh,
took
that's
the money,
right. That's right.
And then the Mavs traded him mid-game when he was sitting on the bench. You remember seeing that?
Yeah, yeah. I think I was watching that game.
He got traded mid-game. How do you feel?
Yeah, that's funny.
That's crazy.
Did he leave? Or did he just watch the rest of the game?
I think he just watched the game and then found out after the
Oh,
game.
okay.
He didn't know.
He didn't get told.
Yeah, he had no clue.
I'm always surprised that these guys don't find out, even when they don't have their phone. Like in that situation, you could still very easily see him finding
rumors
out.
would start. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody would get it on their phone in the arena,
Where it
and they'd put it
spreading.
up on the video board. Somebody would tap him on the shoulder and tell him.
It was that thing with Andrew Luck this year. I don't know if you saw that when he retired or was going to retire. They were playing.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was going to do the press conference the next day, after the next day. But rumors got around and people were asking him on the sidelines.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Players were coming up to him, was like, "Hey man, is this true?" And then he had to do a impromptu press
post-game
conference.
press conference.
And then that'd be shitty.
Yeah, he got a lot of shit for that. I think we talked about that on here.
We probably did. We talk about everything because we can do anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Gang.
In the West, the Lakers are still first. They've been in first the whole season, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. The first week.
Oh yeah,
maybe
they're
not,
0-1 too at one point.
Clippers are second. They're 5 games back. Holy shit. 3, 4, and 5 are all tied. 26 and 12, 5.5 games back.
And I looked at the ranking or the Kuzma from deep. No, missed it. Yeah, the rankings or whatever.
Kuzma has made a lot of those this season.
Yeah, trailing threes.
Yeah, like a trailing 3 at the end of the first quarter buzzer. I've seen him hit like 4 of them, I feel like.
But within the West, it's like the top 7 all are pretty kind of close within 9 games or 10 games, and then from 7th to 8th is just a huge gap, I'm pretty sure. And then isn't
5th is 5.5 games back. 6th is 8 games back. 7 is 10 games back. 8 is 15 games back. So there's a 5 game gap between 7 and 8, and then 8 and 9 are tied. 10, 11, and 12 are tied. Only a game and a half. So 9 is 15 games back, and 10, 11, and 12 are 16.5, a game and a half from them. So it's still pretty close. Even 13 is 17 games back. So 13 is only 2 games out of the playoffs.
Okay.
And that's second to 13 is
out of the 15.
third to last out of the 15. Even 14 is only 3.5 games out of the playoffs.
And then you got the Warriors.
And that's the Pelicans. The Pelicans could get Zion back in a week and be 5th in the playoffs. That's pretty wild. I didn't really realize that. No, well, not 5th. 5th, they're 10 games away from 6th. So they could still make the playoffs. Like, they could be the 8 seed. They're only 3.5 games. out of the playoffs.
Still, that's
Wow.
Yeah, and then you have the last team.
Yeah, the Warriors are not making the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Do you think, let's say Steph Curry and Clay come back healthy right now in this exact moment?
Yes,
start
they
playing,
would. Yes.
You think they'd make the
Yes,
playoffs?
if they were healthy and there were no. Yes,
With their
'Cause
current,
they're
I'm just
only-
curious, like with their current record. I just want to see what you think.
They're
Because I think they
only-
would too.
they're 23 and a half games from first, and the playoffs is 15. So they're. My math is so fucking bad. 8.5 games back
Okay,
from the playoffs. I don't know. It'd be close.
it'd be tough, but I
We're
bet
still
they do.
not. I don't know if we're at the halfway mark.
What's the record? What's the
31
and
9
7.
and 31.
40? No, they. Oh, one
Yeah,
more game,
we're,
and
yeah,
we're basically halfway.
yeah, yeah. I think they could do it
Yeah, they could do it.
if they came back tomorrow or tonight for tonight's game. If the Warriors play, that's interesting. I mean, they're not gonna. But
No, you gotta shut them down. Just wait to see who.
well, when was it? Was Clay was originally like
Possibly
All-Star break, and that's still not for. When is that? Middle of February.
Yeah.
That's still not for.
And they'll be even
month.
farther out of it then with less time. So Steph could come back probably at some point, I think, because he broke his wrist. He's been out probably 6 weeks. So he could.
But if it's not with Clay, then it
No,
doesn't
there's
make,
no- yeah.
If it's not both of them, it doesn't make sense
at this
to
point,
do either.
at
of
this
them.
point, you have to hold him out the rest of the year, both of them. I think there's no point.
Yeah, I mean, they're last.
Maybe bring him in like last game of the year and just let him get some shots up.
Oh, Atlanta is 8 and 31, so Atlanta is last overall. Man, I bet fucking Dallas regrets trading.
Or Atlanta
Or,
trade.
yeah,
I know
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah. Because they're in the
Doncic.
thick of it. The Mavs are in the thick of it.
Doncic is so
And
good. So good.
The
dude.
Hawks are terrible.
Yeah. They don't guard anybody. Trey Young is so bad defensively, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He'll score 30, but he'll give up 50.
Yeah, you're probably right, honestly. I mean, even if it's not directly giving up 50, like even if his guy isn't scoring the points,
Some defense there he probably makes.
there's a lot more that goes on than just on the ball. And that's where he's really bad, obviously. But because you can just switch any, like Quinn Cook, who's carrying the, Quinn Cook would give Trey Young massive, like,
He'd
yeah.
give him buckets, yeah. Oh, Troy Daniel?
Troy Daniels really hasn't played very
No.
much.
As of late. Him, Quinn Cook, basically don't, and Dudley really doesn't play a whole lot
Dudley came in and played a little bit against the Mavs and got 3 fouls in like 4
Yeah.
like
But
4 or 5 minutes.
when Anthony Davis comes back, his time will be gone.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind Anthony Davis missing a little time.
Yeah.
I think it would be great for these guys to gain a little confidence in the middle of the season. Anthony Davis has been playing banged up for the last, like month and a half.
He's always banged
been,
up, though.
Yeah.
Every year
you're
you
right.
think about it, that's the one thing about him that people worry.
Yeah.
That's what will stop them from possibly winning a title this year.
Yeah, injuries
Yeah.
to either of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but LeBron, you really don't have to worry about. He, outside of the groin last year, he never really gets like hurt. Where Anthony Davis is always hurt.
Well, at some point, I don't know. Do you think LeBron? How do you think it ends? Do you think it ends with an injury that slowly, he one season he misses 40 games, the next season he misses 50,
yeah, if he misses 40 games, I think he'd be done. It depends how old he is though. 'Cause what is he? He's 35. Is he 35?
He just turned 35, I believe.
He is 35. I think probably another 2 years of kind of like this end of the peak LeBron athletic ability, and then it kind of like falls off completely.
He's really established himself as a passer. He's been a great passer his whole career, but this season it's been very apparent like this is where it's going to go.
LeBron's going to be 39 playing, and he'll average 10 assists, and he'll probably average 12 points.
Yeah.
And he'll probably still be in LA, and they'll probably still be pretty good.
Yeah. Especially if Anthony Davis is still there. What do you think about the Anthony Davis turning down the extension?
I mean, he's going to make more money.
Yeah, it
so
makes
he
sense.
has to.
Yeah. But it just makes the Lakers have to pay more for him if they want to keep him.
The salary cap's going up.
Yeah.
So there's more money you make, you might as well make it. I don't.
Yeah, I
I'm not
don't
gonna
knock
hate
him.
the man,
Yeah, I just hate that. Part of me is a little. I just don't like the narrative that it creates by the Lakers offering it to him. Like they probably had to do it.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, because maybe there's a chance he says yes.
Maybe there's a chance he says yes, but I just don't like doing it in the middle of the season
because it's like then people
because now he said no, so people are like, oh, and now he's just gonna get asked that question a lot in press conferences, and it's just gonna churn the turmoil.
Yeah, but I think you have to be pretty stupid if you think he's actually gonna leave.
I mean, yeah, all signs would indicate that if they continue to play like this, that he's not going in. I mean, you'd be stupid. Why would you go? Yeah. He wanted to be in LA.
Yeah.
Unless he went to the Clippers.
Why would you? Yeah, that's not happening.
But why would you do that?
Yeah. I don't know.
You can't go from that. Yeah. Unless you're Zubats. You're not going from the Lakers to the Clippers as a marquee player. Especially with the way the Clippers are now.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't make any sense. This game is really not close at all. You said it was up.
Yeah, it was like 41-19 after the first quarter, so. It gets
this is a
like
good sign
30.
for the Lakers. This is because the Thunder have been playing well, and it's in OKC. The Thunder looked. I mean, I only watched highlights, but of that Houston game, they looked great.
Yeah, Chris Paul played really well.
Those jerseys were a little ugly. Are those their city edition, the brown ones?
Yeah,
I don't mind them, but
you know who's got real ugly city jerseys? The Orlando Magic.
I don't know.
It's
if
like
I've
it's charcoal gray and like orange.
Some of them are good. Some of them are really good,
yeah.
and some of them are like
Really shitty.
ain't it. I really like the Trailblazers uniforms. I was talking about that on here, I think last episode. The all black ones with the red, or no, the all red ones with the black thingy, the little trail being blazed.
Yeah,
are really cool. I just like red and black. I don't know why, but I'm a sucker for red and black.
those things are ugly.
Yeah, it's just not
Makes
very
no
creative.
sense.
It's just not very. It's very plain.
Why does the orange? Where does the orange come from?
I think Miami's might be the coolest ones.
Yeah, the Vice.
The Vice City ones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
There was a throwback one. I don't remember who. Cleveland, I think everybody was shitting on, and I actually kind of liked them. They're like, I don't know if they were throwback or if they were their city or if they did their city edition like as a throwback. Because some of them, Milwaukee's almost look a little throwbacky. It just looked like retro colors and like the
That
retro
Cream
like,
City.
No, the Cream City is their
City edition,
city edition.
yeah.
So the ones I'm thinking of must be a throwback then. Oh, I was complaining about continuation recently.
Yeah.
Have you noticed this? The sweep through thing, and I don't know what continuation is in the NBA anymore. It's all like sometimes I don't get it. It's so
Especially on the
it's so
finishes.
all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either.
It's changed
the
so
sweep
much.
through on the jump shot's supposed to be no free throws side out.
But then there will be times where it's like what used to be like driving to the basket, you get bumped as you're like cradling with one arm and you take the contact, take 2 steps, lay it in because you're not technically in your shooting motion, but that was always what continuation was. You could take contact on the floor as long as you didn't put the ball back down and only took 2 steps, you could score and get the points. And now because people have manipulated the rules so much, like on a like as the time's ticking down in a quarter, when you got a foul to give and somebody's at the top of the key and the guy comes to foul them, they just throw the ball in the air, and by continuation rules, they should get it out, or they should get the shot, the free throws.
Yeah.
But those ones are obvious. Those they shouldn't get the free throws. But now people are manipulating it so much that it's just all over the board.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell is continuation anymore.
I don't know. It's gotten, because it used to be like start of the shooting motion, or like the layups or whatever is supposed to be off the gather. So basically, if you do pick the ball up and get fouled, that's start of the gather of your layup.
Yeah. So as long as you didn't dribble again. Yeah.
I think so. I guess.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
That's what it was.
That's what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be still.
LeBron
like that.
got fouled catching. He got fouled in the air while catching a alley-oop.
Came down and then went back up.
No. He got fouled in the air, like caught it, had it in his hand for maybe a second, probably not even. And then it wasn't a tip. It's not like he just tipped it. He had it and then put it up and got fouled in that transaction while he had the ball in the air. And they called it on the ground. I was like, what?
Huh.
I was complaining about it on here because recently there have been several where I was just like, I'm lost. I don't know what. I thought I knew basketball really well. Do you like Jack? I don't know. Is that his name? Stu and Jack, the Lakers guys.
I don't mind them too bad.
I really don't like most of these league pass guys. Or
most of the announcers for
they're
the
all
teams
homer.
are extremely biased. Extremely biased.
I don't like it. I mean, I get that that makes the most sense. There's no way for broadcasters who cover the Lakers or whoever their hometown team is have a relationship with them, do interviews with them. Like, there's no way for them to not be biased.
These guys are on the road for all.
They're
essentially
they're at every part
game.
of the team.
They're at every game.
They travel with them. They're a part of the team.
You're gonna root for them.
But
they probably get rings if the Lakers win the title.
I just don't think maybe it's because they're older and they're like very old time. Like Stu just is not that good to me, and Jack is just obnoxious.
The Cavs, when LeBron played with the Cavs, those two dudes are not bad. One of them's dead now.
Yeah,
and then I can't remember their names, but they were both pretty good.
Both of the color guys that did the one in. I mean, there's just so many good calls from over the course of LeBron's career that stick with me. In Cleveland and in Miami, the LeBron throws the hammer down. I think that was the guy in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then I think he's still there. And then I don't remember what it was in Miami. The guy there had some good, but that stuff just is good to me because of the moment,
Yeah.
And I guess that's
Not
what
really
broadcasting is. You're supposed to accentuate the moment, but Stu is just they both just seem old to me. Stu just seems like he's kind of going through the motions. And Jack's just kind of Jack in the box. He's just kind of annoying. He says the same words the same way every day. You get into a routine of this stuff, and I feel like they're both just kind of going through the motions, just reading the same ad reads and saying the same names and talking about the same stuff. Well, we got to see LeBron really take control of the offense tonight. What are you looking up?
We're talking about announcing. There's a video going around. It's pretty famous. Like this week, that went viral of this high school basketball game.
Yes, but not forgotten, and that's our sweet Lucy. At the age of 12, she was run over in our driveway.
Like that?
Well, and then
Just watch
Like that when he dunked it?
Yeah, he's like, oh, like that? Would she run over like that?
Like that? Was she run over like
and then there's one more.
Why are they talking about his
turns out-
sister or something?
It was a dog. It was a cat.
His dog.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I should feel about what this announcer just said.
I guess it was a blowout, and they were just trying to find space fillers.
That's my favorite, dude. There has been a couple in Trine games recently, and I get fascinated at what the announcers start to talk about during blowouts. It's so amazing where it goes sometimes.
So I was watching when the second playoff, the Ravens-Titans playoff game last night with my parents.
Yeah.
And then the game ended. My mom went to bed, and there was a college game on. It was UCLA and USC. There was like 12 minutes left in the game, and I turned on. Bill Walton was calling it.
Yes.
So my dad and I sat there and watched the last 12 minutes just laughing. It was.
Dude, I think he's hysterical.
It's so funny.
I've liked him ever since he was on Road Tripping. That is when I finally got it.
That's just
Richard Jefferson
that's just him.
and Channing Frye did a great job of just like antagonizing him, kind of like getting him going, and he was fucking incredible on that episode. And ever since then, I've loved him, and I think he's fun. I used to think he was kind of annoying,
Yeah.
but I think he's fucking hysterical now.
It's funny. It's just funny.
What a great day it is here. He's just so happy all the time.
Yeah. So positive.
It's like he's permanently on LSD. Like he's done it so much that now he's just on LSD permanently.
And what's funny is like the guy that's calling it with him was David Pash.
It's always Bill Pash. Is it Dave Pash?
Dave Pash.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, Bill Walton
They're
just
like
go
great
off.
buddies.
Yeah. Bill Walton will just go off on a huge tangent, and then Pash will just interrupt him to like say what's going on with the game because Bill will be not talking about the game. It's incredible. My dad will just crying.
They kind of like argue sometimes.
Yeah,
like Bill will or Dave will say something that Bill doesn't like, and Bill will kind of snap at him a little bit, and Dave's like, "Hey, man."
Like last night they were getting a little testy. Bill kept asking Dave, he's like, "Who are you? What's your name? Like, why are you here?" It was like, oh my God. But yeah, it was 12 minutes of it, and it was incredible. Didn't even watch the game, just listened.
Dave Pash was just calling a game. Oh, he said he was just calling a game with Mark Jackson that I was watching, and was talking about how they got to have Bill Walton with Mark Jackson together. And he's like, I call games with Bill all the time. You guys would be great together.
Throwing Van Gundy too.
Yeah, they should just do no play-by-play guy. Just do all color commentary. Just do all Bill Walton, Van Gundy, and Mark Jackson, just because of the Van Gundy Mark Jackson dynamic. They're really good together. I would love to see that with just fuck play-by-play. Nobody needs play-by-play anymore.
Yeah,
we don't need that shit. We can see it.
Just put Shaq and Chuck and
play-by-play
Kenny
used to be for radio. That's where play-by-play came from because you couldn't see it, so they had to describe it to you. We don't need that shit anymore. We're all watching the game. Just be entertaining.
Yeah, just let the Inside the NBA TNT crew do it.
Yeah, that would be interesting. They probably wouldn't even. That's probably the problem. It might just completely go off topic. Like they might just.
That's fine.
Exactly.
Those dudes are cool.
I would love to just
whatever.
listen. It'd be like just listen to them have a podcast during the game. That's like what some people do. Like there are like alternative broadcasts that you can watch like on ESPN3 sometimes, where there's just like analysts sitting in a room, and you see like them in the split screen in the corner, really small, and then the game is a lot bigger. And you can see like all the analytics that go into it, and you just hear these analysts talk about the game, and they're not doing any play-by-play or anything like that. They're just talking about whatever.
I could do that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Pay me to do that.
That's essentially what we're doing now, except nobody can see the TV that we're watching. He's been, what's his name? 17, Dennis Schroeder has been. There's been talks of OKC possibly trading Chris Paul and possibly trying to get a better piece for Schroeder. I think Schroeder's great for what, I mean, he's played well. I don't think he's a starting point guard. He could be, I mean, he was a starting point guard in Atlanta for a little bit, and they were terrible. He could be a starting point guard on a bad team. But I think I mean, it doesn't matter because OKC is not going to win in the playoffs. But he could be a nice little piece on a good team. There was rumors about Darren Collison coming back and playing for the Lakers. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think he's going to come back and play because he like just randomly retired before the season.
I didn't even know until they showed some graphic.
Exactly, that's
during the game, and I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't realize he retired. He's not that old."
If he comes back, it'll be either the Clippers or Lakers.
Yeah.
So, which I mean,
he's gonna make one of them a lot. I mean, just that much better. Either one that he goes to. I don't know. Maybe not. Who would he play in place of
for the Lakers? I don't know.
For the Lakers, like I like KCP this year. I like Avery Bradley. I would prefer either of them to be on the floor over Darren Collison.
Yeah,
that's who's in right now. I would prefer Rondo to be on the floor rather than Darren Collison. Whose minutes does he take?
As long as Alex Caruso's minutes stay, that's fine.
Yeah, Caruso has been great.
I love Caruso.
Yeah, I don't really. Danny Green. Whose minutes? Yeah, where I don't know where they find
Avery
minutes
Bradley.
for him.
It's been pretty good lately too.
Yeah,
I don't know. LeBron's minutes.
Maybe you take 3 minutes a game off of LeBron.
Okay, so what do you do in 3 minutes though?
Yeah,
because you just listed basically like 8 guys. You don't need more than 8 guys in the playoffs.
And I just listed the guards too.
Yeah,
that was all the guards. Caruso, Pope, Bradley, Rondo, KCP, Danny Green.
That's six. That's
I
six
said
guards.
Pope. So 5.
Oh, you said Pope. Okay, so 5. You don't need more than. Yeah.
5 guards is perfect. And they're all interchangeable for the most part. All those guys, I mean, could run the offense. Maybe not that well. Rondo and Bradley could do it. Pope is a 2 for sure. Yeah, I don't know where Darren Collison fits in.
Nope.
I
don't think he does.
Yeah.
Even with the Clippers, he probably wouldn't get much time. I don't know.
Yeah, the Clippers are pretty guard heavy as well.
Yeah, Pat, Lou. I don't even remember who else.
I mean, Kawhi and Paul George
both
handle the ball quite a
lot.
bit.
So.
What's the hoodie under the? He's done that a couple times
I don't know.
now. I've seen a lot of people doing that.
I think all 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
I think
DeMarcus Cousins has that too.
I'm pretty sure Anthony Davis has it too.
Oh.
So I don't know. I guess it's just the new style.
That's the thing now, huh?
I guess.
The thing that everybody's doing on the benches annoys the fuck out of me this year. Yeah, Anthony Davis does have it too. Except his is the other way around. They have black vest, gray sweatshirt, and he has gray vest, black sweatshirt. It's funny how style has like evolved in the NBA so much. I don't know. I don't know that it's evolved a lot, but
It used to have
it's
like
always
an
been
actual
pretty
dress
prevalent.
code.
Yeah, well,
They still
yeah.
technically have a dress code, but guys just
Yeah, David Stern just put that in. I was listening to who was I listening to talk about that? Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson on their podcast. They were talking about how he just did that to appease the corporate sponsors. It was like, listen, I'm trying to control these black guys from doing all their crazy dressing.
Yeah.
And they all knew we're not doing that shit. And nobody really followed it. Like it worked for like a couple months. And then nobody really followed it, and he just basically put that in. It sucks. He just died a couple weeks ago. I don't think I've even addressed that, but he was. I mean, there's been a lot of tributes and stuff on everything that he's done for the NBA. He was really great.
moment of silence.
Dude, I watched the movie. I don't want to talk about basketball anymore.
That's
I
fine.
feel like we've exhausted basketball at this point. We're about an hour in. I watched what's that movie called? 7 Pounds last night.
Oh.
It is so good, man. It pulled on every single corner of my heart. I was trying to cry last night, and only a couple of them came out, but a couple did come out.
So it's like
it's like
sad.
Sad. It's like a drama.
Okay.
It's pretty sad.
Rom-com?
No,
Nope.
There's no comedy.
No comedy.
It's just a very feel good.
good. Oh.
Well, I don't know.
No.
It was like a sad good. It's like a really great story.
Happy cry.
It's a happy cry.
Happy
there you
cry.
go.
Okay.
I felt like just very appreciative of life. I was like, oh wow, what a
7
fucking
pounds.
life,
Why is the title name? Why is the name 7 Pounds?
Will Smith is the lead character, and I don't want to give too much away because they sort of like subliminally tell you throughout the movie, and then you
Okay.
finally get it at the end. Let me just read you what the Netflix description is, which is what I went off of. It's the only knowledge that I had of it, and that other people had just always told me to watch it because it's apparently and now I get it. It's like one of Will Smith's best acting performances. I don't know if he won anything for it, but it is amazing.
I felt like I got in an argument one time with Will Smith about him possibly being a little overrated.
You got in an argument with Will Smith?
No, no, with somebody about Will Smith. I would love to argue with Will Smith.
Yeah. Weighed down by a dark secret, IRS agent Ben Thomas, Will Smith tries to improve the lives of 7 strangers in need of a second chance.
Okay. Interesting.
It all has to do with people having medical issues that he's trying to help them with and give them a second chance medically, because they all have either shitty one guy's blind but is just a good guy, They're all just good people that he's trying to help with medical issues. Yeah, it's a very fucking good movie. What else is going on in the world? Do you think that we're gonna get drafted?
Hell yeah, brother.
Dude, there's no way.
No, the draft's not even.
There's no way.
They got rid of the draft in like 73.
I think it's funny that people are talking about that. Like, so many uneducated people. That
the day after, like, you don't have a Twitter, so there's been, in my lifetime of Twitter, there's been a couple days that have been like, content is just incredible.
Yeah.
The day after we killed that general or whatever.
Yeah.
That dude. And the draft thing, people started joking about the draft. Top 5 content day on Twitter in my lifetime.
Why?
Some of the videos, or let me see if I can find one. I'll just show you one. I don't know. It's just like funny. People were kind of like one of those things. It's kind of serious moment, but you can still joke about it, and people are just funny. I don't know how to explain it.
It's just like memes,
like memes and videos.
Yeah, it's funny how the meme has evolved because a meme was just a picture with those 2 captions over it, and now it could be a GIF. Now it could be a short video with like some background. It's just like. Now everything is just like you could just call anything a meme.
All right. You got.
I gotta play it.
you get it?
Yeah, that's funny. It's Donald Trump walking up to the podium outside the White House with the Sports Center alert.
Yeah, the next getting draft.
Oh, it's the draft.
Yeah, it's the draft. So when the pick is in, so he's coming up to announce the next pick. Like stuff like.
Okay, that's pretty funny. What just happened? Was it something good? What did I miss?
I don't know. Oh,
Javel. He hit a 3 the other night.
Yeah.
It was at the end of the shot clock. He banked that thing in. You got any more good ones? Have you been seeing any of? Oh, you don't do you pay attention to that stuff?
I saw Shay and them were showing me the other day on their Twitters.
All right, this video says.
This is the Daub's Twitter hour. The caption of this tweet is Sergeant - fire the missiles, and then it says my dumbass - Okay. It's like a sad boner.
Yeah.
Doink. I thought it was going to be really graphic. I thought it was going to blow up or something.
I don't know if I have anything else that great.
I haven't been paying attention enough to this game, but the little that I have seen from Kuzma is great. They've got 85 points at with 9 minutes left in the third
15
quarter.
from 3 is pretty good.
Yeah. Do you know who's next for them coming up they just showed a graphic in this game a little bit ago about who they have next, but they're on a 7. I think this game made it an 8-game win streak. They've had a couple like decent sized streaks.
They lost 4 in a row, and then they've won like 7 or 8.
And that was right in between like a 12 or 13 game win streak.
Have you been watching any? You don't watch NFL games at all, do you?
No.
No. Okay.
They play the Cavs. Oh wow, yeah, they're going into a nice. Well, 2 games are tough. Cavs, Magic, Rockets, Celtics, Knicks, Nets, Sixers, Clippers, Blazers. That's through January. So that's a win, 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 a win. Chili's, baby back ribs.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. You know that video?
No.
Oh man, I gotta find.
Oh wait, this is my phone.
Yeah. If you want to give me your phone, I'll take it.
You can't have it.
I'll see if I can find the welcome. Hey, welcome to Chili's.
Is that a Vine?
Yeah.
Do you like the Puma shoes that everybody's wearing now? I'm so glad that the NBA opened up the shoe color thing. There's so many cool shoes now.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
What the fuck, dude? Vine is so weird.
I know.
There's so much shit that was on Vine that was so like out of context is so fucking weird.
A lot of those dudes, like oh yeah.
All those Vine guys are awkward ass people.
Yeah, but they
were hilarious.
Now those are like the social media.
Yeah, now they're all on YouTube and
Yeah,
have podcasts and stuff, and
they're all loaded.
Sell merch.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
there's people like
Evan Breen.
big YouTubers. Evan Breen, I love Evan
Yeah.
Breen. I saw him post something like suicidal the other day on Twitter.
He's
He's like,
kind of always had that like that vibe to him a little bit.
it's just crazy because Chan and I would watch his
Oh, I
videos.
know.
We'd watch
Yeah.
his.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
when me and Will were roommates and who was our? Oh, it was Ben and what was that kid's name? Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson. The dude that
yeah.
always did the duck face and then had like would flex his traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His selfies in the weight room were fucking hysterical.
Something.
Yeah, we did a lot of Vine watching in that room when Chan basically lived in there with us, and that was back before Chan. That was when Chan listened to us.
Now
We would tell Chan to do something, and he would do whatever the fuck we said.
he bought a fire pit for my house one time.
He bought a fire
Ben
pit
was like
for your house.
Ben, it was that first lake house, the one right across the road from
Oh
here.
yeah.
We went to Walmart and we wanted, because we didn't have internet or TV for
Yeah.
the first 2 weeks, so we would just sit out back normally and just like drink beer
Yeah.
and do nothing. And Chan,
That's great.
we told Chan, was like, hey Chan, the only way we can hang out is if you buy a fire pit, like one of those portable ones.
Yeah.
He bought it.
What, like a $40,
Yeah.
$50? Yeah.
And we had like 3 fires in it, and then when we
I sat by plenty of fires in that thing.
yeah. And then we moved to the other side of the lake and just left it there.
You did?
Yeah, we forgot it.
Well, it's right there. We can just go get it.
probably
It's
is.
right
I wonder
across
if
the
it's still
street.
there.
That's fascinating to me. That I never thought that, like, when I slept in that house a couple different times.
Yeah.
And as I was sleeping there when you guys lived there, I never would have thought that I was
You're gonna be
about to
living
buy
right
a
over
house right
right
over
over
here, right across the
Yeah,
street.
that's wild. Life,
well,
man. Love it.
Yeah, it all comes back around, you know. Should we wrap this thing up?
Sure. You got big
I got
plans
shit
today?
to do today.
You do?
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta make my lunches for the week.
You gotta go.
I gotta go to the Trine
Yep.
Alma game at 3:00. Well, I gotta.
Is
be
it
there
just
at like
boys and
1:30.
girls play today, right?
Yeah, but the girls are away. The girls are up at Alma.
Oh.
Yeah,
What time do they play?
3 as well. What, you gonna go to the Alma game,
Fuck
the
no.
women's basketball game up in Alma?
That's 2.5 hour drive. Nope.
And it's bad up there.
Yeah.
I'm sort of surprised because
They're still having it?
They postponed the game from yesterday to today at 3. But yesterday, it was bad up in Alma yesterday. But now it's going to be bad up there, and it's not great down here because now it's all frozen down here.
Yeah, the
It
roads
would
are.
have made sense to
If
do
you're
it.
driving, watch
Yeah.
out for these back roads. They're pretty.
Are they?
They're pretty bad, especially
Yeah.
up the
I
one that goes
assume.
over the bridge is back road. But once you get on the, you don't have to take really any main roads. Like 69's fine.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure.
state
well,
roads.
yeah.
But these back
Yeah.
roads, you just
Yeah, I
heads up.
take almost all
Not
back
great.
roads until I get to Maumee Street
Yeah, so yeah.
at the light there. But
Be safe
I
out there.
anticipated that it was going to be bad, and
Yeah.
I need to replace my tires. But I kind of like to slide, and I can control it pretty well.
Do a little drifting.
What I can't slide. I don't have the e-brake right here anymore, though.
Did you ever ride with Sloan in the truck on the Electric Avenue?
Yeah, that shit is stupid.
Wow.
I mean, it was if those little light structures weren't there in the center, then I would have been all for it.
But that was part of
he
it.
Would,
He
I
would-
know, dude. He could have very easily just T-boned into one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Like on somebody's driver's side or on somebody's
Yeah.
door,
Somebody
and
got
really
hurt.
fucked somebody up.
But no one didn't.
Dude,
I think like
I
there's-
thought I drifted crazy
No,
until Sloan until that.
I think back a lot on some dumb shit that I've done in my life and realize how thankful I am here. It's like still
Yeah.
be alive, pretty okay condition.
That's life, though. I feel like by the age of 25, if you haven't had that, then you're not doing it right.
Yeah. I just think about all the times I could have died and I didn't, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every time you go into a plane, you probably should have died. Think of just a flying bulky machine.
But once you get to
30,000 feet,
from like leaving, like based on like numbers, you're more likely.
Oh
obviously,
yeah.
So once you get in a plane, you're basically safe.
She's really scared of planes, and I tell her that every time. That it's way more. It's a lot safer. It's a lot safer.
I love the takeoff. It's just like you just feel it off the ground.
I get a little anxiety every time, but I've flown a lot in my life, so I'm used to it.
I don't like landing. I like the takeoff. I don't like the landing. Landing's.
I mean, I haven't flown a lot compared to like these NBA players.
Yeah.
But I've flown enough.
How cool would it be to have a private jet though and just fly everywhere?
That'd be awesome.
You just go wherever you want.
We just finished. Well, not finished, but Grand Theft Auto 5 has the story in it. When you get to 60% of the game complete is when the story ends, and then you just do all the side missions and bullshit. And we were just talking about, because the last thing that they do, the last like bank robbery or whatever, they get like $200 million, and it's split between, so they each have like $28 million, and we were just sitting here talking about like what we would do
with $20 million.
Yeah, with $28 million. And
you can do a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to work.
I wouldn't do much.
Yeah.
You could do a lot, but I wouldn't do much.
That way I wouldn't have to work the rest of my life. I'd probably just golf. I'd golf about it. I'd play 18 every day.
You think so? Every single day?
Yeah. Maybe not. Besides weekends. Weekends I wouldn't.
I would golf more, but I don't know. I'm a little bit, my elbow makes me not able to golf as much, but I never loved golf like that though.
See, okay.
You always have.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I used to like in the summers when I was back home working during college, that sounds funny to say, even though it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Back in college, but in those summers in college, I would go walk 9 by myself, like pretty frequently, like a couple times a week.
Yeah.
In the evening during twilight rates when there was nobody out there. It was great.
I was thinking about that one time you, me, Will, and Chan went and golfed, and you and Chan were partners.
Yeah, Chan carried my bags for me because he didn't have gloves.
And then you dumped water on him at the end. And
that's right.
And then he just went home.
He just walked
home.
Well, we were on campus, so he just walked to his dorm. But
no, that was when we lived in the red house. So he had to walk all the way from which was still
that's not that bad of a walk
for Chan after walking 9 though.
Yeah, after walking 9, I guess it was on the last hole, wasn't it? Which is right by Hershey, basically.
Yeah, but we beat him home because I remember we finished the hole and then got in the car and drove by him.
Yeah. What a bitch! I gotta go see his new house. I just can't get myself to go to Archibald anytime that I have free.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If you guys go back there at some point, like randomly,
okay,
hit me up because I really should go see his new house.
Go to the diner and eat,
even if it's just to go to Archibald for. I don't need to stay the night there.
No.
Did you guys when you went?
Yeah, because I mean we drank though. Like,
that's right.
Because we hadn't seen each other in a while, so we played cards and stuff. And sat around and chilled.
See, I wouldn't even mind that. We've been playing cards a lot more over here. Cards are a nice little activity.
Yep.
Okay. I got shit to do. I gotta go make food, and then these Trine games are boring, man.
Yeah.
Now that she's not on the women's team, and now that I'm not close with any of these Trine people anymore, really. Langston's cool, and Clune is still on the team, but Clune's not going to play anymore.
What happened? He just lost.
I don't know. He's just not there physically, man. It's just he was hurt a lot, and now he just is not better than
everybody else. Yeah.
Mo, they just have so many more. Dude, the 2 freshman bigs that they have are playing pretty fucking well.
One of them,
Brent Cox is really
he went to school in my conference.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, East Noble.
Oh,
that's only.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Away. Yeah,
he's gonna have a really good career at Trine. He's been pretty damn. He just does a lot.
That's
and
good.
He gets it. It seems like Mitchell Geller, the other kid, is a little he just looks a little dumber. Like you can tell that he's had some concussions. He just is a little. His eyes are kind of far apart. He just looks a little dumber, but he just doesn't get it as much. But he's been playing well too. They've got I don't know. They're still pretty good. Like, I don't think they'll win the conference, but I just am not. It's just not very fun to watch anymore. I kind of like always.
Yeah,
just
you don't have
hope
any
the game
emotion.
gets over as soon as possible.
You have no emotional
Yeah.
tie to it.
Yeah.